Hello, hello, and welcome to the Rookie Reset. Now, my name is Andrea Fitzgerald, and I will be your host today. I'm an author, a speaker, an educator, and also a person that's really committed to helping new teachers because oftentimes new teachers quit too soon just because they're not getting support they need. And so, what we hope to do on the Rookie Reset is to hopefully provide you with practical tools, tips, and strategies that'll help you stay in the game because, guys, it would be evenings just like this, except I would be stressed the hell out because I could not manage my classroom. But quite frankly, I couldn't figure out this whole teaching thing. So, what we hope to do here on the Rookie Reset is hopefully provide you with tools to help you reset your classroom so that you're not like me your first year. And hopefully to help you stay in the game because oftentimes, like I said, new teachers just need support. That's it. It's that hard, y'all. So that's what we hope to do here on the Rookie Reset. So, guys, the title of today's Rookie Reset is You Do Not Have to Be LeBron James this year. And shout out to LeBron James. You know, he and the Lakers, they did take out my Grizzlies many, many weeks ago. Seems like eons ago. And they were eliminated last night. But LeBron James he's a whole beast out here. I gotta give him his credits what props to do. So I want to talk a little bit about that because oftentimes new teachers come in the game thinking, I need to be just like everyone else. So when I became a teacher, I had been successful at just about everything that I had done. And, I didn't expect that this was going to be any different. I mean, when I played basketball, I wanted to work on my jumper. I got in the gym, I worked hard at it. And then eventually I would start to see some progress over time. And I'm imagining you as well, you have been successful at what it is that you're doing. But teaching was not like that. I would bring home all the papers, I would scream and yell, I would put in all this max effort and I would not see the results. And so sorry about that. That's my dog. They hype over here. But yeah, I was still on the struggle bus. And oftentimes, as new teachers, they experience a similar thing because they are putting in all the hard work, they're doing all the things, but they're not seeing like progress or even getting the results that they were shooting for. They're like, oh my gosh, why is this so hard? And so I want you to keep in mind as we think about that, I would look around at other teachers and I would say, dang, they got this all figured out. I say, everyone seems to have this figured out but me. Stop. All right. Everyone seems to have this figured out but me. So a lot of times that's how new teachers can be thinking. That, oh my gosh, this is everyone has got this. I'm looking around me, like I would look and see veteran teachers and I would see other people and they would be crushing it. And I wasn't having that same experience. Sorry, y'all. My dog's going crazy. Go lay down. Go lay down. Yeah, see, it's real life over here. And so today I want to share with you some different perspectives around some different ideas to help you shift your perspectives as a new teacher. So the first one is, since you are not LeBron James, that take a learners and growth mindset stance. So one of the things you have to know, like, we sometimes forget how long it takes sometimes to be successful. Like even when I was reflecting on my time as a basketball player, like I didn't become great at basketball overnight. Like I got cut from my basketball team two times. And but that's also what transformed me into being a great basketball player. It gave me like this really big heart because of those failures. Now making those teams, it gave me like a certain grit and tenacity and really just about anything that I do. And so I want you to keep in mind that losses, as we talked about a few weeks ago, are what's going to make you a great teacher. I called inside my own classroom, y'all. And but that moment really shifted my mindset around what it really took to be a teacher. So the other part of this is, though, even the teachers you see around you that are great, as we think about having that growth mindset, they had a first year too. And it's taking you, like I said, it takes time to get there. So just keep that in mind. Like I was talking to someone I'm working with recently, and it's just certain things, as when I think about that first year, oh my gosh, it was so hard. This is someone, she's the coach, she's established, but at one point she was a new teacher too. And so even the most successful people around you, they have been a new teacher at one point as well. So just keep that in mind as you think about that, taking that learners and growth mindset stance. And I think sometimes that kind of eases the pain of challenge, because it's like, oh wow, if this person is successful, certainly I can do it. And so then the other thing is, a few weeks ago we talked about, being a learner. One of the best ways to learn from other teachers, one of the best ways to learn is just learn from other teachers. We talked about building our toolkit. That's one of the ways that books, professional learning, and really one of the quickest ways is mentors, because they can give you feedback immediately and tailor their support to what you need. So really take a learner stand. This is not about you being perfect, which leads into point number 2. The headline here is efficiency. You do not have to put up 40 points and 10 and 9. You ain't got to put that up like LeBron James. You ain't got to do that. But you just want to be efficient. And so oftentimes new teachers, they get caught up in, I shouldn't be struggling like this. Why is this hard? And they bounce. They completely bounce. But yes, it's that hard. And yes, you can handle it, right? So oftentimes, like I know for me, like I'm looking around at everybody else as a new teacher. I'm like, okay, if this is this hard and I can't figure this out, I made up stories about myself. Well, I must not be able to do this. Well, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this, maybe that. And those things just are not true. So really keep that in mind, that it's that hard. It really is. Like it's very complex is how I sometimes think about it, is that, we're dealing with human beings. It's a little bit more complex than what you write down on your paper for your lesson plan. So I think we really have to keep that in mind. And so oftentimes, like, you don't have to be like everyone else. Like that was a mistake that I made as a new teacher when we think about being efficient. This is about you being the best you can be. You don't have to be like everyone else. Certain people might do it a certain way, but it's about you being you. Because like I said, my first year I said, don't smile at the kids, and I tried to do it. That wasn't me. You see, I'm a big old goofball right here. It wasn't working out well, not smiling and stuff like that. I'm a high energy type person. So you have to leverage your strengths, right? And so my strengths as a new teacher were, I kind of had a coach's mindset. So I was like kind of a pusher. Like I pushed my students to the best. And then also one of my strengths I thought as well was making ideas sticky and relatable. So I used those in my classroom. I kind of leveraged my own strengths. So it's not about like you being somebody else. This is about you being you. And so one of the ways to do that is for you to be aware of your own strengths. And then the last one is it's mastery over time. So again, this is not about you being perfect. It's not going to be perfect. You'll get better over time. And so something that I like to encourage new teachers to do is to identify like just 2 or 3 priorities that you want to focus on for the year. I know for me, my first year was my entry routine, because I knew once they listed, it was off the chain up in there. So the first 5 minutes, if anything's going to be tight, it's going to be that. So I put my time in my entry routine. And, after my first year, I screamed all the time. So I said, I'm going to focus on this year. When I talk, students don't talk. So it's just figuring out like what your priorities are. Like some people, like I've seen people like they don't mind chaos in their class. That's cool. I ain't knocking them. But I know that was like, for me, I was like, listen, I can't have you talking while I'm talking. Like, I'm going to respect you when you talk, but I need you to hear me too. So I think you just have to identify like knowing who you are and how to leverage those in your classroom. But this is not about, you're going to walk in on day 1 as a new teacher and now you got it all figured out. This is mastery over time. And as I told you before, losses are what's going to make you a phenomenal teacher. The L's, the losses, that's what's going to help you, because every day, Every year I was always reflective and I said, well, this I need to make this adjustment, but it's like trial by fire. But it's mastery over time. This is not about you figuring it out. Like I said, even when I talk about my experience as a basketball player, I started playing when I was 5. I earned a scholarship when I was 18 years old. That's 13 years of doing something every single day. And that's how I became successful at it. It's the same thing with you as a new teacher. You are not going to figure this out in one day when you walk inside a classroom. Like, it's just not going to happen. So just give yourself the grace and compassion to know that that it's that difficult, but you can also handle it. So I want to just to recap our 3 points in terms of you do not have to be LeBron James this year. That is not who you need to be. But number one, take a learner's and growth mindset. This is knowing you're going to mess up. It's going to happen. You can look around at other people and say, oh my gosh, it seems so easy to them. It's not. At one point, it was hard. It's challenging. Even a superintendent all the way down to the principal, at some point they were a new teacher and it probably was really challenging. The second thing is the headline is efficiency and not perfection. So you want to be the best you can be. This is not about, I've got to get it perfect and right every single day. Nope. And as I said before, that's often challenging because most of us have been successful. You have got the job because you probably had good grades, you passed your teacher exam, but this is not about you being perfect. This is just being efficient, the best you can be, which leads to the last point, mastery over time. So you will get better over time. That principal, that superintendent, that superstar teacher that you see, that happened over time. That did not happen overnight. So just keep that in mind. Excuse me. And a way to handle that is you focus on maybe 2 to 3 small things that you want to be really, really strong in as you do that. So I just want to thank you all so much for tuning in. I want to close out with a story as we think about you do not have to be LeBron James. So when I was in graduate school, there was this one class, research methods. And shout out to you, Dr. Higgs. Shout out to you. So I had a C in this class. And in order to maintain my scholarship, I needed to get a B. And we had our literature review, which was so challenging. I didn't quite understand it. And I went in there and I asked her about it because I got a 3 out of 10 on that sucker, y'all. Y'all know what that is. That's math. You do the numbers. That's 30%. And I went and talked to her and I said, Dr. Higgs, I really want to make sure I pass this class. What feedback would you give me or something like that? And she said, you'll be lucky to get a D out of this class. Oh, I mean, I felt the ugly cry. Like I felt when your tears, your eyes start watering, but you can't cry for the person. So you get the big gulp in your throat. That's what I had that day, y'all. I mean, I was just like, yo, oh no. So I ended up I was walking across campus. I had my backpack home with the ugly cry. I'm not gonna pass it. And so I get to the library and I'm sitting there with my hand in my head and I call my dad and I was like, I think I'm about to quit the program because at this point it had been about 5 or 6 people that were just like, yeah, I'm good. This is too much. They bounced. And I was just like, yeah, I'm about to be one of them too, because I really do not think that I can pass this class. And my dad told me, he said, you're built for this. You can handle it. I want you to think about moments over your lifetime. You didn't know if you were going to get your scholarship. You didn't know, you went through a depression, all these different moments, but I survived them, and so my message to you is that you're built for this, new teachers. You do not have to be LeBron James. You're going to have moments like that too, where you say to yourself, what the hell am I doing? Why did I sign up for this? Can I really do this? It's not about you being perfect. It's mastery over time. And it's taking a growth and learner's mindset. You are absolutely built for this. So thank y'all for tuning in, new teachers. And you may be saying, you know what, this? I need to listen. I need to make sure I'm ready for the people next year. Then check out this free video, how to reset your class at bit.ly/reset your class. And also if you're like, you know what, I need to check out these tips in the book, because some of the things I talk about here are from the Rookie's Playbook that you see behind you. Just go to Amazon.com right now. It's on sale for $6.86, y'all. So you can get your copy of the Rookie's Playbook. But thank you all so much for tuning in. New teachers, I believe in you. Y'all have a great night, and I'm out.